Yeah, you saw the title, your girl got cheated on, and it's been such a long time since I've done a story time video on this channel. If you don't know, that's what a lot of people subscribe to my channel for. But yeah, I think I want to do spiritual story time. If you're down with spiritual story times, like this video up. That was the first thing my channel really got popular off of, was story times and just telling stories about my life. And I think I'm gonna start doing more spiritual story times. I already told you guys about the time a psychic predicted me finding and meeting my soulmate. Crazy because it literally was the exact way that the psychic told me and everything. I also shared my opinion on soulmates as well in that video, so check that out up above or down below. But today I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how a psychic predicted that I was gonna get cheated on by my boyfriend. But you know, I didn't listen. I was like, you know what? This, it doesn't mean it's true, blah, 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 blah. But even though I know my psychic, the one that I work with, is so good at what they do. When you're seeing things with rose-colored glasses, sometimes you just have an issue with seeing people clearly, and you try to like project all that good energy onto them that they don't have. It's a mask, it's a lie that you lying to yourself. That's that Neptune stuff, y'all. A Neptune illusion. My Venus is opposing my Neptune in my chart, so you know we get a little carried away sometimes. But before we start that story time, this video actually is sponsored by Keen, which is a website dedicated to psychics and psychic readings, astrology readings, tarot readings, love readings, whatever you're looking for. Keen has it. It basically is a platform that has tons of readers available at any time of the day, any time of the night. Whenever you need a reader, Keen got you. You can do it through chat, phone calls, whatever you're looking for, they got you. I love Keen because it's really accessible, and once you find somebody on there that's really good at what they do, they're really legit and stuff like that, it's really nice because you can literally talk to them at any time that you want. I've had a couple experiences on Keen. For me, it took a little bit to find the right advisor, but when I found the right advisor, I go to her like each and every time I use Keen, and it's just amazing. And like I said, it's so easy, it's so accessible. Someone's always online, so you can just always get a reading whenever you need it. You know, you don't gotta schedule nothing. You just go on there, use your intuition to find the right person. Like, you literally use your intuition to pick out the right reader for you and then get the reading and stuff like that. It's very easy to create an account. All you gotta do is just create an account. So your name, email, address, stuff like that. You answer a couple questions about what you're looking for and what type of reader you're looking for. After you fill out the questionnaire, you know, they'll set you up with the right readers and list of readers for you to choose from. All the readers are selected and vetted, and you know, and they went through processes to select people that are actually good at what they do, you know, when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to career, when it comes to whatever you're looking for, you can really find it on Keen. And like I said, when you find the right advisor, it really is good because you can develop like an ongoing relationship with your psychic advisor and stuff like that. They can assist you with all types of things like energy healing, Reiki. Okay, it's almost like a coaching session almost, you know what I mean? And each week Keen sends out a lot of discounts and promotional stuff when it comes to their readings, so they try to make it as affordable as possible for you and your needs. So if you're currently a Keen user, check your email to see this week's discounts. When it comes to you guys and my new people that are signing up, you can use the link down in the description box to get your first reading for 5 minutes for only $5. And like I said, 5 minutes is enough with these readers. They be on point real quick and real fast, you know what I'm saying? So you can get 5 minutes by signing up using my link down below. So yeah, definitely check out Keen, and let's get right into this video. Y'all, this event, this whole time in my life was completely, I was in such a bad space in life, in such a bad headspace in life. My energy was just always drained. I was confident, but I also, in a lot of different ways, I lacked a severe amount of confidence. I didn't feel good within myself and in my own skin, within my own abilities. I didn't feel good enough. I was just in a terrible space in life, and one of the reasons why was I was in a really toxic relationship. And like I said, if the person sees this, like, I'm not sending no hate out to you, I'm just like expressing myself and how I feel, and kind of just like letting people know some red flags and stuff like that. And basically the main message is, if you see red flags and if you have intuitive feelings, don't like, you know, put those underneath the rug. Like, always listen to what your heart is telling you. Always listen to your intuition, because it will speak louder than words, honey. Like, your angels will speak, your guides will speak, your God will speak, whatever the case is. Your higher self will speak to you and let you know what you need to be doing, what you don't need to be doing, and who you need to be dealing with and who you don't need to be dealing with. So there was this one day that we went to this event, because we had all of the same friends and stuff like that, and we all went as a unit to this same event. However, I actually came later than everyone else did. And this event was like an event dedicated to creatives and artists and social media people and rappers and everything like that, and it was in LA. The plan was all of us as a unit were gonna go to this event, and it was gonna be lit. We're gonna have a good time. I was gonna go with my boyfriend and all our friends, and it was gonna be a vibe, you feel me? So I actually was gonna meet everyone there, because I actually had to do stuff at my house before I left to go to this event. So, you know, I was getting ready, getting cute, and then I was gonna meet everybody at the event. You know, I was gonna just call them, link up with them, blase, blase, blase. You know, they make it to the event, and I'm like 30 minutes behind them, and then I finally get there, I find my parking, even though it was like crazy trying to find parking at that space. Like, it was crazy. I still ended up finding a parking. I text my boyfriend and I say, hey babe, I'm here, where you guys at? I don't remember if it's sent or not, but I know that they didn't respond. I was texting and calling everybody and nobody was responding. And honestly, that place, the reception was absolutely terrible. So like, I could understand, my phone was barely working in itself, so I wasn't really getting no service either. So now I was like, what the hell I'm gonna do, because it's literally like this huge event, like thousands of people were there. There was no way I was just gonna find them, you know what I'm saying? So it just felt bad, because, you know, I was calling people and stuff, and I wasn't sure if they were like ignoring me and like, you know, not looking at their phone, or if it was just the reception. I'm pretty sure it was the reception. But like I said, before I had like such like bad like self-worth issues, and like I was just so insecure, like so insecure, guys. I gotta make a whole video about like being confident, because it's when you're confident and you have a strong sense of self-worth, like you can really change your life. I missed out on so many opportunities in my life because I was lacking that self-worth and confidence in myself, in my being. I didn't know who I was, but now I do. But like I said, I was just insecure at the time, so I was just like, oh, they probably are ignoring me or whatever. And then like it just made me feel bad. So I walked into the event, I was walking around and I was just like looking for people, trying to see if I would run into them. Like I said, there's a lot of people here, a lot of like super cool, super creative people, artists, some celebrities, some, you know, just a lot of different people were there, and I was just walking around like, oh, okay, I feel the vibes. I actually saw Jaden Smith like perform on stage, and I was like, yo, if you guys know why that was crazy, because I actually manifested like having a phone conversation with him before. So it was like interesting seeing him in person like after like years and years and years. But I was just kind of sad. The whole time I was just a little bit sad because I just felt left out. I'm like, oh, all of them are probably having a good time meeting people and I just don't even know what I'm doing and where I'm at. Like, cause I was a little shy at the time too. So yeah, I just felt a little left out. So I just walked out of like the huge main room of the event, and I went into the hallway where there were like places to charge your phone. And I was just sitting out there waiting for someone to text me, someone to call me. So after I was just sitting there, I was feeling a little sad. Somebody finally reached out to me and was like, hey, we're here. And this was like an hour or so later. Like I was literally just lost for such a long time. I didn't know what I was doing, y'all, and I was mopey dopey. Like it was really bad. Like this makes me uncomfortable thinking about like how insecure I was, really. They text me and they say, oh yeah, we right here, you know. So I link up with them and I see my ex, and you know, so he hugs me and we start talking, we start walking around as a unit and meeting people, taking pictures. It was a vibe, you know. And then we just have a good time. I felt a little bit better and a little bit more included and stuff like that. And you know, yeah, so that's what happened with that. But unbeknownst to me, within that hour that I was not with my man, he had met this girl. I'm gonna call her Ashley. He had met this girl named Ashley, who is an artist, okay? She is a singer. She's, you know, she she do her thing. She do her thing. At the moment, at the time, I did not like Ashley at all. I wanted to, well, not yet, but like later I'll let you know why. So yeah, at this event, he had actually met this girl named Ashley when I wasn't in the picture, when I wasn't around. What he told me, it wasn't on no flirty tip or nothing. You know, they just linked up, talk, you know, networking type of stuff. And you know, she's a singer and stuff like that. She's pretty popular. She's not like crazy popular anymore, I don't think, but this was unbeknownst to me though. I didn't know that he met this girl. But basically, so we leave the event and we go, I think we go the next day too, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, it was a good time, it was a good vibe. And then afterwards, like, you know, it was just over. So I was chilling at my dorm room, you know. I sometimes would see my ex a lot and sometimes I wouldn't, because it was kind of like a long distance type of relation. Kind of, it was kind of confusing. You know, so we was just having a good time in La La Land, you know, living our best life in the relationship, you know, doing all types of cute things. He was doing all types of cute things for me, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we keep on getting on with the get on, just having a good old relationship. Everything was moving smoothly. I remember like at the time, I think this was in like December or something like that. And then like literally like it was a great relationship. In February, he did like this cute Valentine's Day thing for me. And it was just like a beautiful time and space, you know, in that relationship. And it was just like a beautiful time and space in that relationship. So I thought, little did I know my little perfect relationship was about to get hit by a bus, because that changed very quickly. He still was acting a little funky sometimes when it came to this phone. When it came to this cell phone, he started acting a little funky. And he was just doing other subtle things that was giving me, that was making me a little worried, because I'm like, why is this person doing it? He acted a little suspicious. But I was like, you know, he just did this crazy thing for me. He's been so nice to me and so good to me. Like, I don't want to get all paranoid, you know? Little did I know that little paranoid and that feeling was my gut telling me that something was wrong. Something was not right. Something was not right, okay? Something was not right. And I started to feel that way, but I tried to ignore it. But it still kept on eating at me. So even when he wasn't staying with me, like in my dorm, whatever the case was, I got my first deck of tarot cards, right? I got my first deck of tarot cards. It wasn't like actual tarot cards. I think it was like an oracle deck, but I got my first like deck of cards. So I remember I was nervous like pulling the cards, because I'm like, oh my god, like this is scary. Like now I'm like I'm flipping cards all day long, but at the time I was like, oh my god, this is scary, like I don't know the truth. Because you know, if you guys don't know, I grew up like in a Christian household, so there's a lot of stuff they tell you about like magic and divination and stuff like that I had to like let go of and like release those belief systems around those things and release the fear around it, because you know, they want you to fear all this stuff so they can control you, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so I remember I started asking the cards and asking my intuition to speak through me and just basically tell me what's going on. So I kept on asking the cards. I was like, is he cheating on me? Is he cheating on me? Is he cheating on me? And I kept on pulling the card that said yes. And I was like, oh my god, like no, maybe I'm not doing this right. Like I just started like, maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's just my thoughts manifesting in there. Like, you know, I was tripping. But I was like, once again, after that, when I tried to ignore it once again, every time I went to sleep, sometimes I would even have dreams of this dude cheating on me. Like, he would cheat on me. He was flirting with other girls and stuff in those dreams. And I was like, oh my god, like why am I having these dreams? And I'm like, yo, but I don't want to be mad paranoid. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. Once again, just denying my intuition, trying to speak loud and clear to me, y'all. Like I was in a haze. Like I swear 2016 was a complete blur in my life. It was just a blur, like it was just a Neptune blur. I actually ended up going to one of my favorite psychics that I always go to, and I basically asked him, I was like, yo, is my ex cheating on me? And that was the question. He told me that he wasn't like physically cheating on me yet, like he wasn't, you know, having sex with females and stuff like that, but he told me that eventually he would, and he gave me like a time frame. He told me that he was going to meet this girl soon, and when it's not good, it's not pretty. Basically, it's going to lead to some other things happening. And I was like, no, this guy's not the one for me. It reminded me of this meme I just saw on this girl's page, like That's why sometimes I don't like reading for people, because sometimes people are not ready to hear the truth, and that's exactly why they still stuck in the situations that they're stuck in, because they're like, they don't want to see the truth, they want to see what they want to hear, and they want me to tell them what they want to hear. And that's what a psychic is. A psychic is going to tell you, a good psychic is going to tell you the truth, tell you the tea, raw and uncut, and they're going to get right into it and give you all types of details and stuff like that. And that's what my psychic did for me, and I was just shook. I was like, no, like I was so disappointed. I was like, no. But once again, I didn't know what to do with that information. Like, I didn't know if I should like break up with him right then and there. Like, I was like, oh, that's not rational, you know what I mean? So I was just like, I was just more on guard, you know, and I was just kind of like peeping. And because he didn't tell me exactly, he told me like a time frame that it was gonna go down. He didn't tell me like exactly what month for this prediction that he made. He said no, like he gonna do it. So I was like, what? It didn't occur to me that this process actually already started. Around that time, like the guy was just being so good to me. Like he was doing all types of great things for me, and he was just being an amazing boyfriend to me, like more than he had ever been. So I was like, yo, like literally we had this time where we were at the beach, and I don't know, like it was just a magical moment in my life where I was really looking at him and he was looking at me. And I really just thought in my head, like, wow, I could really be with this man for such a long time. Like, I could see us being together. I could see us being together for years, and like maybe, you know, what else? We were just having a cute time at the beach. It was just us. It was such a vibe. Like, it just felt so good. And then it all went to garbage. Okay, the next day it all went to garbage. He was in my dorm room at the time when I had a dorm room on campus. And you know, we were just laying in bed and stuff like that, and my alarm went off. I actually had a class at like 10 o'clock, and my alarm went off, but I wanted like 10 more minutes of sleep. So I couldn't find my phone though, because the way my bed was set up, I had one of those like big huge coverings around my bed so you can like have privacy. It was like a tent around my bed, and sometimes things would fall on the side of it and I would lose them. So I didn't know where my phone was, and I was a little sleepy, so you know, I know where my phone was, but I saw his phone. So I grabbed his phone and was just gonna set an alarm, like a 10-minute alarm. And when he saw me about to grab his phone, he snatched it away. He was like, and he was like just out of his sleep. So I was like, yo, you mad active, like what's going on, sir? Like, are you good? Are you good? And he was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I told him, and I was just like, I just wanted to set an alarm. Like, you never had a problem with anything like that before. And he was like, oh no, it's okay, da 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 da. And he actually was like super tired, so he actually ended up falling back to sleep. But then I was like, oh no, like there has to be something on the phone. No, no, no. And then I actually told this story before on my page, like a long time ago. But literally I was just like, no, like no way, this can't be. But so I was like looking at the phone, and I was like, yo, should I check the phone? Should I check it? Like, should I do it? Like, So then I ended up just saying F it, and I grabbed the phone and I looked through the phone and I saw the messages from this girl, and it ended up being the same girl that this guy said that they were just friends. It was just a business thing, you know, it was nothing too deep or nothing. He'd been texting this girl for like a couple months, and they were like being all flirty. They were like talking about being in a relationship, and it broke my heart. Like, I'm thinking about it now, guys, my heart dropped. Like, my heart dropped out of my body, and that was the first time I ever experienced heartbreak. Like, your heart literally breaks. Like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I was hyperventilating. I was like, wow, everything, my whole life is a lie. Like, it impacted me a lot. I didn't know what to do. I was like, yo, like, do I wake him up and tell him to get out? Because it literally on the messages, it said that they were gonna link up tomorrow at her crib to do, you know, like, it was inferred. And I was like, yo, should I pull up on them tomorrow? Because we had our location saved. So I was like, yo, should I pull up on them tomorrow? Should I yell at him right now? Should I ask him questions? What do I do? But then I just got to this space where I just started yelling. I told him to leave, and he was like, why? I told him to leave. He was like, why again? And this went on for like 3 more times, and then he finally get it. He got the hint. He started packing all his stuff, and then he left. I was crying and stuff like that. and it was just really bad. It was just a really bad time in my life, but literally my psychic had predicted it happening and I didn't listen. I had all types of signs, I had all types of confirmations and everything, all types of dreams. Like my spirit was yelling at me, but I just was stuck in this Neptune delusion. I was just stuck in what I wanted that person to be instead of what they truly were. It's like I was not seeing them correctly and I wasn't seeing the situation clearly. Yeah, you know, that's the story of how a psychic literally predicted that my ex was cheating on me. And if I could look back at that moment and that time, one thing that I could like encourage you guys to do is, if you ever feel in your gut that something is wrong and you're ever wondering if something's wrong in your relationship or just in life in general, and you feel it, usually that is your spirit, that's your intuition telling you that something is wrong and you need to listen. And if you see any red flags, I give yourself 2 or 3. If you see 2 or 3 red flags, you need to confront the situation. There needs to be communication had and being done. And if you still can't trust that person, then you need to leave the relationship. It is not worth your time, it's not worth your effort, and it's not worth your confidence, your sense of security, your worth, and all that stuff. Because it took me a long time to bounce back and to really find myself, and that relationship was one of the reasons why I definitely did have to. Like, a lot of things were happening at that point in my life, but the heartbreak definitely was a big factor in it. So to avoid that situation, listen to your divine intuition. It's here to help you, it's here to save you. And I know we get taught in this society a lot, like, oh, we can't trust our intuition, we can't trust psychics, blah blah blah, like all that magic crap is like a bunch of BS, and it's not. It's really not at all. Your divine feminine intuition is your greatest gift on earth, okay? And everyone, no matter what gender you are, you have a divine feminine aspect to you and within inside you. So tapping into that is crucial, and if you want help to do that, make sure you check out my course down below in the description box, coming out in May. That divine feminine course, you're gonna learn how to manifest, how to be attractive, how to get the things and people we actually want in our lives, and all the money, whatever it is that we actually desire, and having a spiritual practice and all that type of thing. It's gonna be in that course. So get excited, sign up down below if you want to get notified when the course comes out. And yeah, guys, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed that story time and learned something, and remember to listen to your intuition. And yes, bye. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like this video up, like. Yes, we out.